Hello, everybody. It's Louise from London, and I hope everything's going well for you in this time of coronavirus. I just wanted to make a short clip just to say it may be a time where you feel there are very few opportunities in the world and the economy is not so great. But just remember, there are no limitations upon your mind. And so you can be sowing seeds about who you want to be, what you want to achieve in the future, and sending them out and just preparing for that time when it will happen. Don't stop believing just because this is happening, and it can be a bit depressing sometimes. And I was thinking I need to use the words I am more often and imagine what I want to achieve. And Neville Goddard speaks about using I am, especially when he talks about the concept of self, because you have to change your concept of self. Because if you were to achieve your dream, you would be a different person once you'd achieved it. Every experience changes us. So how would that look like? What kind of person would you become? And you just think about that and imagine the new person in your mind. Step into it. How does it feel? And say, I am confident. I am successful. I am happy. I am cool. I am an authority in my chosen area. I am a successful businessman, a successful businesswoman. I am a successful author. And you say that every day in the morning and before you go to sleep and whenever you want to. And if you say it over and over again, it's really going to build your faith, because whatever we repeat to ourselves regularly, eventually we believe it. It's like positive brainwashing. And it's not only that, because it is actually the way that things come to us. So we're bringing it from the invisible into our concrete, seemingly concrete reality. And it will manifest as a physical situation or object or whatever you're wishing for. So don't give up on that. And Neville Goddard speaks about using the words I am and speaking your faith. And he also speaks about the inner conversations when we speak in our mind. For example, we have a negative interaction with somebody, an argument, and we go over it over and over again in our head what we should have said, with the result that we win the argument, when in fact we came away not feeling so good about it. And in my experience, it doesn't really bring any relief. It's just you're going over and over again all this negativity and getting more irritated with yourself and the other person. So Neville Goddard suggests that we use that inner talking, but in a positive way. So instead of having a fight, speak about a great success that you've had, and your friend is congratulating you and being really happy for you. And then you swap over and your friend tells you about something good that's happened to them. And it will make you feel really happy. And so it's worth it just for that. But it's going to add to your faith. It's going to increase your faith that you will become the success you want to be. So I think it's worth doing it. And if you just do that once a day, I think you're going to have really good results. So why not write somewhere on a piece of paper, stick it on the wall where you can see it, because we need to build new habits. It's really easy to forget because life is busy. So we need to just get into the habit of saying things every day. I am, inner conversations. And carry that good feeling with us wherever we go. Carry the feeling that we have achieved our dream. And it's going to make us feel better, and it will bring it from the invisible into physical reality. What else? In Isaiah 55, it says, "My word shall not return to me void, but shall accomplish that which I desire." And when we send out our words, they go out into the ether, and then when they come back, they're going to start turning into the thing that we want. So it's like we're taking it from the invisible, and it's starting to, manifest in as flesh or circumstances, situations. And it does work. And we forget it works because we don't put it into practice. So we need to start doing that. I need to start doing that. And I've been reading this book by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And I know I've mentioned it before. And there are so many parallels in that book with the teachings of Neville Goddard. It just seems to be around the time he was born and teaching, there were lots of people speaking about this way of manifesting, how things are formed, a different take on the words in the Bible. And it's really worth reading around Neville Goddard's books, although they are enough in themselves. And there was a chapter on auto-suggestion, which is self-suggestion. That's the same thing as saying I am, followed by whatever you want. So I made some notes on it. I'm just going to read a little bit out and comment on it, if I can remember what I was thinking when I wrote it. It's all from Napoleon Hill anyway, so it's all good stuff. Okay, so let's see. I'm not going to read it all. Man has absolute control over the material which reaches his subconscious mind. Man meaning man or woman, obviously. That's really good to remember. We may not have control over anything else, but we do have control over what we put in our minds. And that's really important to remember, because everything we put in has some effect on us. So don't feed your mind with rubbish, any kind of rubbish, because it's just not good for you. It's not about, following rules of some kind. It's, if you want to lead a happy life, then you have to feed the mind with good things that are going to bring about what's going to make you happy, I guess. But that made me feel really good when I read that. And I know that's true, but it's good to be reminded, isn't it? That we have control over what goes in our mind. So when somebody annoys us in some way, if we're a bit sensitive to what they've said, we don't need to keep thinking about how they've done us some kind of wrong. We can use it, like some negativity, as a reminder to focus on the positive, like what we learn from that situation, or bring us back to our dream. And every thought we have is going to have a good effect on us, if it's a good thought, that is. What was it? In the Bible it said something like think and act with a pure mind. No, that's Buddhism. Buddhism and Christianity, so similar, I find, with lots of the sayings. Think and act with a pure mind and happiness will follow. And it says something similar in the Bible about just focusing on the good, putting the mind on the good, and then you bring the good to you. And I also have your subconscious mind recognizes and acts upon only thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling and belief. Thoughts well emotionalized with belief. The price of ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting persistence in applying the principles here. Now, thoughts well emotionalized. It's not just any thoughts, which is a really good thing, isn't it? Because if any thoughts that we had manifested, we'd be in trouble. So we have to attach a really strong belief and strong emotions to it for them to manifest. That gives them the power. Faith gives thoughts life, and the emotion gives it life too. I don't know what the difference would be, but emotionalizing thoughts, it makes them vital, doesn't it? It brings action, I think, to those thoughts. Action in the manifestation part. The price is everlasting persistence, meaning you can never give up on it. Never give up. You've got to keep going until it happens. As soon as you give up, that's it, obviously. And that's not a high price. That's a good price, I think, a very fair price, because it's actually a joy. And you should keep going. You shouldn't be lazy, because the rewards are great. So persist, and you will achieve your dream. There is no doubt in my mind about that. Concentrate upon the desire until it becomes a burning obsession. Now, he's focused on money mainly, but he says himself it can be used for anything at all. But it's interesting what he says about money, and I think lots of people out there want to manifest money. See the money in your mind with your eyes closed at least once a day. And right, this is good. When you are sending out your I ams, making it really clear what you want to become, the subconscious mind acts on that, and it sends you a plan. And so you get some kind of idea of how you would make that money. It's not just going to come to you. You've got to do something for it, but you will get it if you do that. So you have this flash of inspiration, but you have to act on it very quickly, as soon as you get it, really. And I've thought of this before, and when I've been reading his book, I've come across things and I thought, this is what I feel I was told by my consciousness, by God, about the idea. It's like a baby, and it comes to us, and we have to feed it and to keep it alive. But once we fed it for a while, it takes on its own life, and it becomes independent. And ideas often live on, a lot of the time they live on beyond people. So ideas take on a life of their own, but we have to feed them to start off. So when you receive this idea and you know it's from the subconscious mind, you need to act on it. Otherwise it'll die. And just keep feeding it. And let's see, what else did I write? So you get your idea for making money, and you trust in it, and you don't give up. And this was a good one that I read. You've got to expect rejection. And when it happens, it's a good sign, actually, because it's something you've got to go through. It's like a test in a way. And if you persist despite that and you don't give up on it, it's like God puts, or infinite intelligence is what Napoleon Hill refers to as God. Infinite intelligence puts itself on your side, and you can't fail. So you've got to see rejection or failure as almost a positive thing, like, I expected this to happen. and I'm going to push through, and then I'll have it. It's going to be mine. So don't give up. Don't give up at the first sign of failure. When visualizing the money you intend to accumulate with closed eyes, see yourself rendering the service or delivering the merchandise you intend to give in return for the money. This is important. Excuse me. So that's one thing that I don't know, I'm sure Neville Goddard would have mentioned something like that, but it was something not in my mind. He speaks about having a conversation with a friend and talking about, oh, you're so happy that you've achieved what you want to. So Napoleon Hill speaks here of you're seeing yourself delivering this service that is going to be instrumental in you achieving your dream. And you're imagining the money coming to you as you do that. So you're seeing the action that it's going to take to get the money. And feeling rich, I guess. Oh, and he says about money consciousness, that you have to actively focus on having a money consciousness, because a poverty consciousness comes to us naturally. A money consciousness you have to work on, and it's about positive thought rather than negative thought. Anything else? So man may become master of himself and of his environment because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind, and through it gain the cooperation of infinite intelligence. So you have the power within you. Nothing could stop you except yourself, really. So it's about self-discipline at the end of the day. Carry out these instructions as though you were a small child. Have the faith of a child. And that's how I ended it. It's really important to have the faith of a child. And I think it's also very important to keep it to yourself, unless you can really trust somebody to encourage you. Don't go around telling people, oh, I'm going to do this, because you're so enthusiastic and you want to share it. It's better to show them with action, not words. And then if you get a negative response, who knows how that might affect you? Or people talking about you, laughing about you if they're not very nice at work. Just do it and show them what you've achieved. I think that's the best way. And much more satisfying, I'd say. Anyway, I hope some of those points have helped you. Thank you for watching if you watched to the end. And if you want to suggest any topics at all on Neville Goddard or Napoleon Hill, manifestation, just let me know below. So I hope you're all well, and look forward to your comments. I have missed reading your comments because it's been a while since I've posted. Yeah, and that's it. So I'm going to follow my own advice now and keep telling myself I am, and lots of successful things. Okay, take care, people, and I will be posting again soon. Bye.